Hello, welcome back to this NMC OSCE Clinical Skills training video. So my name is Hannah and I'm an experienced UK nurse and a UK university lecturer, and I've also been a programme lead and teacher for the NMC OSCE Test of Competence, and I am sharing with you my advice and teaching to help you successfully pass the NMC OSCE exam, okay? Because when I started doing the training for the NMC OSCE and writing the programme, I realised there was a lot of poor quality videos and information out on the internet, and I wanted to try and change that and give you some up-to-date and really clear resources. So today we're going to look at the catheter Specimen of Urine clinical skills station, and be sure to go and check out my other videos around the OSCE as well, and like and subscribe because I'm going to be putting up some more content. Quite a simple clinical skill, but there are some key things you must do and verbalise in order to pass the station. So it is a 8-minute clinical skills station, and you need to collect a catheter specimen of urine using a non-touch technique, okay? And you also need to verbalise the process of labelling that sample correctly and sending that sample off in the microbiology bag to the laboratory. So what equipment will you have? So you will have your mannequin, which will be catheterised. You will have you will need to get a 10 ml syringe to take your sample. There will be some blue plastic non-traumatic clamps, which you will need to clamp the catheter bag to get your sample. You will need 2 chlorhexidine wipes, okay, because you need to clean your sampling port before and after. You'll have your specimen container, maybe white like this, might have a yellow lid. And you also need PPE for this station, so gloves and apron. And I just wanted to show you the kind of sampling port, okay? This can often be a cause of failure in the station because nurses will not sample from the correct port. So you will have a sampling port attached to your catheter, which is attached to the catheter bag, okay? So whichever port is connected to the catheter bag is the one you want. This one's kind of raised up in blue. Sometimes they're a bit flatter, they might be red in colour. What you don't want to sample from is the catheter balloon port, which is this one on the left with the orange plastic around it. And you'll notice it's not connected to anything, okay? So don't sample from that, because what's that going to do is deflate your balloon in your catheter. You're not going to get a urine sample. So always identify the catheter sampling port. Paperwork and documentation. So you're just going to have a scenario. There's no further documentation with this station. And your scenario may be quite simple. You might just be asking to take the specimen of urine. We'd normally do this procedure, this clinical skill, when we suspect someone has got a urinary infection, okay? And that could be someone with a long-term catheter in, or maybe someone with a recent catheter. So they're normally demonstrating signs of a urine infection, okay? And we're going to send that sample off to the laboratory for them to look at it from microbiology and sensitivity. So before my teaching, I try and break the stations down into key sections, okay? So you've got that mental mind map of how you're going to go about this station when you start. So as with all our clinical skill stations, we're going to start with the key principles, explaining the procedure, gaining consent. You need to collect, prepare and check your equipment. You need to check if there's urine in your catheter tube, and you need to apply the non-traumatic clamp. You need to take your sample using a non-touch technique and place it into the sample pot without contaminating it. You need to dispose of your waste and any equipment correctly. And you need to do a key verbalisation at the end, which is verbalising, labelling the sample pot and the microbiology bag and sending that to the laboratory. And then with all our stations, clinical skill stations, just checking our patient is comfortable, doesn't need anything, and ending our station professionally. Okay, so key principles, exactly the same. Now, it might say that your ID checks have already been done in this station, but it is, so just if that is in your scenario, you don't need to do that. Okay, but remember, you are taking a sample to send to the laboratory. So it is a key safety issue that you make sure you've got the correct patient details on that. So an ID check is really beneficial here to do, okay, and I would recommend it. So again, safety, privacy and dignity. Again, this is quite an invasive procedure. We're going to be exposing the patient. We're going to decontaminate our hands using the World Health Organization 7 steps. I'm going to introduce ourselves with hello, my name is, and I'm going to ask the patient to confirm their name, date of birth. I'm going to check that against the wristband if they're in the hospital, or against any documentation, and the hospital number. And again, I'm going to ask for any allergies, and again, check if they've got a red wristband if they're in the hospital. I'm going to explain the procedure to the patient, so I need to understand what this procedure is, okay, and what that involves, and I'm going to explain that to the patient and get consent, really important part. And just with all our kind of nursing practice, before we begin, just going to make sure my patient is comfortable and there isn't any pain before we start. I'm going to collect my equipment, okay, so I need to collect my 10 ml syringe, my urine sample pot, my blue non-traumatic clamps, 2 chlorhexidine wipes. You need an apron and you need 2 pairs of gloves. And this is really important because you have to do a glove change after you've put the traumatic clamp on and before you take the sample, okay? You need to confirm that all this equipment is intact, it's dry, it's sterile, and read the expiration date. So important step there. Once I've got all my equipment, I'm going to come back to the patient. I'm going to clean my hands again, using that World Health Organization 7 steps, important step there. I'm going to put on my apron, my first pair of gloves. I'm going to apply the non-traumatic clamp a few centimetres distal, so that's down from the sampling port, okay, and you can see that in the picture, just apply that non-traumatic clamp, and I'm going to leave that and verbalise that I'd leave that for 30 minutes. This is a key step now, is you need to remove those gloves and clean your hands, okay, often forgotten and often a common area of fail, okay, so clean your hands, put on your apron and your first pair of gloves. Check and manipulate the tube in to see if there's any urine, and then apply your non-traumatic clamp, saying you'd leave it for 30 minutes. Remove your gloves, decontaminate your hands. I'm then going to put on my second pair of gloves, okay? So I'm going to put on clean gloves. I'm going to half open my syringe and leave it in the packet so it's ready for me to use. And I'm going to loosen the top of the pot of my sample pot as well. So again, it's easy to take off and put my urine in when I'm ready. Going to get my first chlorhexidine wipe, going to open it up, and I'm going to clean for 30 seconds, okay? Moving that chlorhexidine wipe around and using the 4 corners. I'm going to verbalise that I'd allow that to dry for 30 seconds, okay? Now, it's really important you don't touch that sampling port with your hands, and I just keep hold of it. Don't put it back on the bed covers or anything like that. Just keep hold of the tubing. Get your 10 ml syringe out, which it's easy to do because you've already opened the packet, okay? And connect it into your sampling port. You may need to push and twist, okay? Because it'll be a one-way valve. Push and twist, and then draw back your urine. You should have at least 10 mils, okay? If you don't get enough urine out, then you can fail the station, okay? I'm going to then take that and transfer that directly into my pot. So my lid is loosened. I'm going to take that lid off and inject my urine into the pot, making sure I do not touch the sides of the pot with the catheter and with the syringe, sorry, okay? And I don't contaminate that sample. Once I've done that, I am going to get my second chlorhexidine wipe, and you need to clean the port again, okay, for 30 seconds. So again, a common area of fail, you need to clean before the sample and after the sample. And again, verbalise that you would leave it to dry for 30 seconds, and then remove your clamp, okay? Again, this can be forgotten and is another critical fail because there's quite a patient safety issue there. You're blocking the drainage of the catheter, so remove your clamp. And I'm going to dispose my waste, okay? So dispose of all your equipment in the clinical waste, the orange bags. Remove your gloves and your apron and decontaminate your hands using the World Health Organization 7 steps. Then final part, which is important, and if you don't do it, it's a critical fail. So verbalise that you need to label the sample pot with the patient's details, okay? And you need to complete the microbiology bag, and that you're going to send the pot in the bag to microbiology as soon as that sample has been obtained. Then just finish your patient, check your patient's comfortable, does not need anything. If you're in hospital, make sure they've got the call bell and know how to press it. Explain that the results may take a couple of days, and then you will let the patient know those as soon as they come back from microbiology, and then finish your station by decontaminating your hands using the World Health Organization 7 steps. Okay, so my top tips for this station and things that often get missed or a common fail is not cleaning the sampling port. Okay, so make sure you clean before and after your sample, 30 seconds. Make sure you're taking the urine from the urine sample port and not the catheter balloon port, okay? That's absolutely essential. Use a non-touch technique, okay? So think about your preparation, not touching the end of the syringe, not contaminating the inside of your pot, okay? And once you've cleaned your sampling port, not putting your gloved hand back over that port. Remember to remove the non-traumatic clamp, okay? That's really important. And verbalise your labelling of the pot and the microbiology bag and send it to the laboratory. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful, and check out my other videos on the page. I'm also available for OSCE tutoring, so I can do one-to-one and small groups online. I'm really flexible, so you're not tied into test centre, big training centre dates. You can work these around your work shifts, evenings, weekends, provide you with that really important one-to-one feedback, which is what you need to succeed in your OSCE, okay? And you also get access to all my teaching resources, including all my API scenarios, more detailed specific clinical skills videos. I can do mock OSCEs as well, which is a really good way to get feedback on your practice and get it absolutely top notch before your exam. You can email me on hannah.lames@outlook.com, or you can visit my Facebook page, Nurse Tutor, Tutoring with Hannah, or I've got a web page as well, nursetutor.com.